Recall that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said in his inaugural speech Monday that the subsidy was gone, despite the supplementary budget of 2.557 trillion initially planned by the previous administration. Wow, that's really a great applause for the president, and I will tell you why.
Why should I have 4 cars and be paying subsidized petrol for Cameroon, for Niger, for Benin Republic? No matter how long you protest, we are going to remove subsidy. That's the truth. That is the truth.
What usually happens is that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) Limited and other approved importers bring in petroleum products. These products are sold to independent petroleum marketers at government-regulated prices, usually lower than the landing cost. The independent marketers then sell the products to consumers at a price that includes their operating costs and a government-regulated margin. Even though justified by the corrupt leaders as a measure to make fuel accessible to people, fuel subsidy has done more evil than good to Nigeria's economy. For one, it has led to increased corruption and mismanagement due to weak oversight mechanisms, with some individuals and companies taking advantage of the system to make illegal profits. In addition, the government spends a significant amount of money on petroleum subsidies, leading to increased public debt. In some cases, the cost of subsidies can exceed the revenue earned from the sale of crude oil, which is Nigeria's main export product. Since President Tinubu's inaugural speech that made mention of fuel subsidy removal, the price of fuel has skyrocketed from between 200 to 230 naira per litre to between 450 to 700 naira per litre, depending on the state and location. 2 days after the declaration, the presidency took a U-turn that the removal of petrol subsidy will no longer be immediate. What next? But before that, we need to understand what it means to remove fuel subsidy. Removal of fuel subsidy simply means that government is no longer paying for the difference in pump price and natural cost of importing fuel anymore. In other words, it is a deregulation of downstream sector to pave way for vibrant competition by other investors. Fuel will now be sold in accordance with the prevailing market price based on the actual cost of importation. But before we go on, it is necessary to consider benefits of fuel subsidy removal. 1. It reduces corruption in Nigeria. The Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative (NEITI) independent audit report stated that over 13.697 trillion was paid as subsidy to marketers from 2005 to 2012. Coming down to the present, payments of oil subsidy for 2022 rose to $10 billion. Recent figure released by NNPC stated that it is owed 2.8 trillion in outstanding subsidies payment by government, and it is spending 400 billion monthly on subsidy petrol prices. Recently, the global audit firm, for example, found that in 3 years, NNPC itself roughly spent 6.6 billion to fund the subsidy on 15.6 billion liters of products that apparently were not available to the Nigerian market. You see, that is the corruption we are talking about. It has been confirmed that the subsidy regime as operated over time has been laden with colossal corruption and entrenched inefficiency, as the subsidy claims made were not for consumed fuel. Secondly, it will ensure private sector participation in importation of fuel and investment in local refineries, empowering many and allowing the government to focus on other sectors of the economy. Thirdly, it will ensure the ready availability of petrol at all times, as there will be no diversion and hoarding by the marketers, thereby ending long queues in the filling stations. Fourthly, it will curb greed for higher profit and sabotage by a few players in the oil industry, which will possibly affect the economy. Fifthly, it will ensure competition in the industry, and market forces will drive down the cost of petrol in the long run, as witnessed in the telecom sector. Speaking to the journalists on his first day in office at the presidential Villa Abuja, Shettima said Nigeria needs to get rid of fuel subsidy, arguing that the subsidy regime was not benefiting Nigerians but has been subsidizing the lifestyle of the rich. While his bold stand is commendable, a lot of anxieties have triggered among common Nigerians who have already been bastardized by poverty, unemployment, and hardships that proceeded from the previous administration, which implemented similar programs such as Treasury single accounts, whistleblowing policy, among others. Although the above mentioned were laudable programs, the outcome was in favor of the rich, as the generated revenue did not impact on the lives of Nigerians meaningfully. My suggestion is that in as much as kudos must be given to the president for this subsidy removal, if the local refineries are not fixed, subsidy removal will fail like any other policy in Nigeria. For instance, the purchasing power of Nigeria is already reducing, inflation is high, salary is not increasing. Therefore, fixing the refineries before removing subsidy would have been the best. We have been told that Dangote refinery will soon start operation. Without genuine target to improve local fuel production, removal of subsidy to me may not yield any meaningful result.
Please subscribe.